Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. It is New Comic Book Day for the week of September 11th, and we're going to get started right now. This week, our show is brought to you by Team Ashen. Buy a shirt. I'm just going to be doing this from time to time because eventually we are going to get sponsorships and stuff like that, and I want you guys to get used to there being a commercial like right about this section of the thing. So yeah, buy a shirt. They're awesome.
I mean, I'm all about lame self-promotion.
You don't have anything to buy.
My undying love. Hey guys, Tim from Capes and Scowls, and this channel, and hey, thanks for supporting this channel and my podcast. That's great. Paul, that's great. Paul, you didn't say anything.
I didn't know I was supposed to answer.
I don't know, I was doing some banter thing with you. No, I don't want to hear it now. Let's talk about the trades that come out this week. We have Kick-Ass by Millar. This is the brand new Kick-Ass, the female Kick-Ass. I read some of that on here. It's pretty good. We got Venom, Tooth and Claw. This is an old miniseries, I want to say 90s. We got Venom, Planet of the... You think a movie's coming out? Venom, Planet of the Symbiotes. We've got Infinity Countdown Companion. Not to be confused with Infinity Countdown, which is also in here. We got Dry County. I don't want to say anything bad about it because I didn't read it, but I really didn't like this other guy's book. It was the one with the seal that was a spy seal. But no, I like this book. Actually looked really good, and I was gonna read it, but I didn't like. I don't want to say anything about it. I've said too much. Star Wars, Thrawn. That's a thing, and it happened. We've got Elsewhere, Amelia Earhart. Where did she disappear to? Weird. Here's that Infinity Countdown book. Here's Criminy. I don't know what that is, but it looks awesome. We got the Alcoholic 10th Anniversary Edition something. Dissonance. Paul, you didn't like that book, right?
No, I did not.
Venom. I think a movie's coming out. Star Wars Darth Vader. This is not Apocalypse Now. I don't ever want to see Apocalypse Now done on a cover. I remember there was an Iron Man cover like Marvel. Come on, man. There's other movies you can parody. Your target reader probably hasn't even seen Apocalypse Now.
That was alive during.
Right, yeah, no. Knock it off. Knock it off. Bad Marvel. We've got Age of Bronze, something. I don't know. We got Venom Digest for the kids. Venom, so much Venom. We got All-Star Batman, Volume 3. That's probably good, right? It's still Scott Snyder. Nightfall is getting released in a new collection. It'll be a smaller edition, 25th anniversary. This is volume 1 of it. I have roughly half of Nightfall. It might actually be half of Nightfall, if you don't want to buy that giant phone book version of it. We have Justice League Volume 7, which has that Red Panther dude, because why not? We've got Strangers in Paradise, Al's favorite book of all time? Question mark? No, it is. Very good stuff from Terry Moore. We got Oblivion Song. Whoa. You're going to talk more about Oblivion Song later, so I won't. We've got Koshie the Deathless. Kashi, like the cereal. This is amazing. You should read that.
The first issue was good.
Paul read a thing once. Wonder Woman. Still good. We got Marvel Knights Daredevil, Guardian Devil. This is 2000s-ish Daredevil, I want to say. Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada. We've got so many trades. Again, what are they doing to me? Nightwing, Volume 6. This is no longer that guy. Help me out here. Tim Seeley. It's actually, this one, just so you know, it's $19.99. It's a very thick volume. It's a lot of good stuff in there, though. And Tony Millionaire's Sea Monsters coloring book. For those who know what that is. Alright, so I've got one more ginormous thing. It is Absolute Batman the Killing Joke. What makes this so special? It's heavy. It's the 30th anniversary edition. Some other words I can't read. Alan Moore's involved. It's massive. You could kill a man with this. I always point out which books you could kill a man with, now that I think about it. Huh.
You do.
Why? I know. I don't know.
I was like, wait a minute. It's like, he really does. Bring up Big Mac.
You should make that a thing. You should make that a thing. All
Yeah.
the books I said you could kill a man with.
First up, we have Seeds, issue number 2. The mystery of seeds continues, but that's because it's not really well written. I get the point now. At least in the second issue, I'm starting to get the point. Aliens have come to this world because we have screwed it up beyond belief. The world is dying, and they are basically collecting all the seeds to start civilization and start our planet over again. They've created this sub-story that our news networks have pushed, and in their own zealousness of a 24-hour cycle, have created this world that no technology can exist in. And that is where the aliens are, so that way they can basically go about their business doing what they need to get done. At least you get that part. If it sounds interesting, the concept of this is very interesting. The problem is, because this is printed monochromatically, it's literally only one color. It's green. Like, basically, the colors you see here are literally the only colors that you see in the entire book. The problem is, sometimes they do something I love with Tom King, where you'll have a 9-panel story, and you'll see different facets talking at different times. That works when there's color. When it's not, and it's this very dark zipatone type world, you don't know what words and what bubbles are going to which part of the story. And you have to reread these things several times over just to kind of get what's going on. There's potential in this book. I like where it's going, but the problem is they're not doing themselves any favors on us wanting to get there. So if you were really in on the first issue, or if you want to try to give it another try, I'm not going to say no to it, but it's a chore to read, and it shouldn't be, because the concept is awesome, and I would love to read more, but I don't know if I have the will to read more. I think this would probably read amazing as a trade. And you know what? I might do that. I might check the trade once it comes out and see if that pushes it together. So we'll check this out in a couple of months when the trade comes out, to see if anything has changed, to see if hopefully the writing is getting better. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys.
Alright guys, first up we've got Infinity Wars. I'm still reading it, issue 3, and it's still pretty good. This one has a lot of setup to where it's going to be going. You may have noticed in your previews a lot of mixed up superheroes, and this is kind of how this comes to be. You discover the mixed up heroes, where you have your Doctor Strange thrown in with your Captain America, you have your Thor mixed up with your Iron Man, and of course Spider-Man and Moon Knight, because that makes absolute sense. Arachnite. It all happens here. You get to see why it happened and what insanity will likely come of it. If you've been wondering what is going on with Loki, Loki is a lot more front and center in this issue, as you may have expected from how the last one ended. I'm still on board. This is just a lot of setup. It's not a lot of... The other ones were just such crazy action and a lot of cool stuff. This is the setup for more of that, I'm sure. And Moon Knight has a great one-liner, so you should check it out just for that. Good book. Solid book. It's kind of like the middle. It's the calm before the storm.
Next up, we have Oblivion Song, issue number 7. This is the new issue of the next arc of the series, and it is fantastic. There are huge bombshells that are discussed in this. The cliffhanger from the last issue is really kind of delved into, so it's going to be tough to really kind of review this one other than giving you a very overview of the situation. Nate is being interrogated by the government, and that's really about all I can tell you without really going into major spoilers from the last issue. It is fantastic. Even though technically there's not a lot of action into it, it is a phenomenal read. It was definitely fun to go into and to see all the things that you didn't realize were happening in the last issues kind of come to fruition. It is definitely worth picking up. However, I will say that if you haven't been reading the series, this is not where you want to jump into, because yeah, huge spoilers in this particular issue, explaining kind of the origin of this book.
All right, and next up we have an interesting book. We have Archie, 1941, number 1. This has the clean, wholesome Archie feel, but it's also talking about it's a what-if story. What if they were in danger of being drafted into 1941 in World War II? So Archie is kind of, they literally showed their high school graduation, and then Archie's just really bummed out because he's worried all his friends are going to get drafted. It's a very, unusual Archie story. And it's very heartfelt, and you just kind of are concerned for them. It just conveys the horror of war, Paul. I hope you could cut that together.
Again.
All right, good. So this book, a lot of fun. It's not your joyful, happy, silly Archie. It's way more dramatic, but it's done very well. Props for Jughead having a newsy kind of hat instead of his crown-looking hat. And I just really enjoyed it. It's not too difficult to read. I know some people are like, oh God, are they talking like it's the 40s? No, it's not a big deal. It's not in any way that you can't follow it. It's good. It's Mark Waid along with, hold on, I'm going to get your name right, Brian Augustin. Because it's not just Wade, and I feel like he played a big part in this. So, yeah. It's a good book.
And my pick of the week, you probably saw it coming. It's Amazing Spider-Man issue number 5, because I love Nick Spencer, who I'm going to hopefully meet this weekend at Keystone Comic-Con, and Ryan Otley, who's not there, but he's cool. He talks to us on Twitter. So, yeah, good guy. This is the culmination of our Spider-Man and Peter Parker duality issue. It is awesome. The writing is so smart and fun and funny, and we finally get to understand why Boomerang is in this issue. We get some awesome banter from just more D-list people like the Ringer and Taskmaster and stuff. This is a great series. We also get to finally, we don't know his name, but we finally get to see who is the big bad, and then we also get to see who is going to be the next major villain that's going to be picking up in the arc, and it is an awesome one, and it is definitely one of my favorites. It is an amazing Spider-Man series, so if you are a fan of everything that's come before, you'll be really, really happy to see who is going to be coming back to the series. But it's something that I love. This is an amazing series. However, Otley will not be in the next 5 issues because Marvel's a Taskmaster, and they want this book coming out bi-weekly, and he can't do that. So, Humberto Ramos, welcome back to the book.
All right, and it's time for my pick of the week. And my pick of the week is, Paul, you want to guess? Paul?
No idea.
Oh, come on. Just guess.
I honestly have no idea.
All right, well, it's not a trick question. It's Fantastic Four, number 2. The Fantastic Four story has been very, very interesting. We got our movie rights back. Let's do it again. All right, fantastic. Issue 1 focused on Johnny and the Thing and Ben as they're just kind of dealing with them, with Sue and Reed being gone. This is the flip side where it's like, what has Sue and Reed been doing, and the kids? They've basically been creating universes, trying to use Franklin's powers, because he's so OP, to create new universes to fix kind of all the damage from Secret Wars and other events that have happened since. And it's a weird concept, but they're doing it with the best of intentions, but a new villain appears once Franklin gets a little tired, he gets a cold or whatever, and you basically have them get owned. They just completely get decimated. And you find out that the flare from issue 1 isn't so much a flare as a request, because they need help. Very good ending to it. I don't want to spoil that, but I loved it. And if you were wondering what happened with the other half of the Fantastic Four, you have to get this one. I don't think they're going to touch up on it too much more in depth, so this is a must-read if you're trying to jump back in to the science book that Marvel loves so much. And why would you ever get rid of this book? It's so good.
All right, guys. We did a thing last week.
Contest.
It was a contest.
Yeah.
There's a winner. Yes. And that guy is Ice 1351.
Whoa.
I know.
That's a cool name.
I know. It's a new guy. I don't know who this person is, but
who are you?
But we picked him out of a hat,
Whoa.
And he gets a free trade under $20. So Ice 1351. I think it's 1351. It's the only ice guy. It's the only ice guy of in the comments.
God, I hope everybody makes fake ice names and just starts commenting.
Just start
like
doing
crazy.
it. Don't do that. Actually, do that. I can at least see the timestamp so I know which one's which. But keep doing that because that'll push our numbers up. And so, Ice, give us your email address and your actual address, unless you happen to be a bin customer here. If you happen to be a bin customer here, just give us your bin number and tell us what you want to put in there, and we'll put it in there. And then Tim will give me a bill next week, and I will pay it. And it'll be like that. But thanks, guys. Thanks to everybody who participated. We really appreciate it. We had like a 50% increase in our viewership from that one episode. So that part was good. We only had like 2 more people than normal enter the contest. So, I mean, that part's not as good. But, yeah, we'll still take the numbers. We'll still take the views. We'll still take you guys watching. We really appreciate everything. And we'll see you guys next week.